Have you ever wondered why the smallest thing can ruin your whole day, while one powerful moment can change your entire life? Sometimes, the lesson we need comes quietly, through a stranger, a mistake, or a moment we never expected, and that one moment becomes the beginning of a new you. Once, in a calm village nestled near the mountains, lived a man named Raheem. He was known everywhere for one thing: his temper. If his wife Amina forgot to add salt to his food, he shouted. If a neighbor's cow strayed into his field, he screamed. When children laughed too loudly outside his home, he would yell, "Can't anyone stay quiet for a moment?" In his eyes, everyone else was the problem. Amina would often ask him gently, "Raheem, why do you give anger so much control over you?" But Raheem always had the same reply: "Because people don't respect me." How can I stay calm? What he didn't see was that by reacting to everyone, he had handed them the power to control his mood. One summer morning, a monk arrived in the village. He sat beneath a great banyan tree, silent and peaceful, as if he carried a whole ocean of calm inside him. People began to whisper about him, saying, "He speaks little, but his words can change you." That evening, Amina suggested, "Raheem, perhaps you should meet the monk. It might help you." Raheem laughed harshly. "Help me? How can a quiet monk possibly understand the fools I have to deal with every day?" But the very next day, fate tested him again. The neighbor's little boy, while playing, accidentally broke Raheem's wooden plow. Raheem exploded, shouting so loudly that the boy ran home crying, terrified. But after the anger settled, Raheem felt a heavy, hollow emptiness inside him. "Why do I always feel worse after shouting?" he whispered to himself. That night, sleep wouldn't come. His own anger kept him awake. Before the sun rose, he found himself walking toward the banyan tree. The monk was already there, sitting peacefully, as if waiting. Raheem hesitated for a moment, then said softly, "Master, I'm tired. I don't want to be this angry man anymore." The monk opened his eyes and smiled gently. "Sit, Raheem." After a long moment of silence, the monk asked, "When someone makes you angry, how long does that feeling stay with you?" Raheem, "Siget, sometimes an hour, sometimes the entire day." "And how do you feel afterward?" the monk inquired. Empty, Raheem admitted. "Drained." "Exactly," the monk said. "Anger punishes the one who holds it." He then lifted a small bowl filled with water. "When the water is still, you can see your reflection clearly. But when I shake it," he said, stirring the water until the image blurred, "you see nothing. This is your mind when anger shakes it." Raheem frowned. "So, am I supposed to just stay silent when people insult me or do me wrong?" The monk chuckled. "No, you must learn to respond, not react. When someone throws dirt at you, you have a choice. You can either catch it and become dirty yourself, or you can simply step aside and let it fall to the ground." The next morning, the monk gave Raheem a pot of water and a handful of ashes. "Boil this water," he instructed. As the water began to bubble furiously, the monk sighed. "Now, touch it." "It will burn me," Raheem replied instantly. "Yes," said the monk. "That is your anger. When your emotions are boiling, peace becomes untouchable." The monk then dropped the ashes into the pot. The water immediately turned dark and murky. "This," he explained, "is your mind when you react without thinking. It becomes clouded." They waited. After a minute, the ashes slowly began to settle at the bottom, and the water gradually cleared. "And this," the monk said, pointing to the clear water, "is what happens when you pause. Your mind finds its clarity again." Raheem felt something shift inside him. For the next few days, he practiced this newfound wisdom. Whenever he felt annoyed, he would take a deep breath and whisper to himself, "Don't catch the dirt." One afternoon, a merchant in the market tried to cheat him by using false weights. Raheem felt his old anger rise, like a hot flame Bati Pusid. He took a breath. Then, he calmly said, "I think I will buy from someone more honest," and simply walked away. The merchant was left staring, completely shocked, and for the first time after such an encounter, Raheem felt peaceful. But soon, his real test came. A group of young men in the village saw him walking and began to mock him loudly. "Look, the angry man has become soft," they jeered. His fists clenched, his breath tightened. His mind screamed, "Shout at them! Put them in their place." But then he remembered the monk's words. When you react, you give away your power. It took a slow, deep breath and exhaled. Then he turned to them and said calmly, "You're right. I used to get angry, but now I'm learning something better." The young men fell silent, caught off guard. One of them, surprised, asked, "How can you stay so calm when we're insulting you?" Raheem smiled a little. "If someone offers you poison," he said, "you don't have to drink it." Weeks later, Amina noticed the profound change in her husband. He didn't shout at the children playing outside anymore. He didn't explode over small mistakes. A smiled Mori. He was present. One morning, Raheem returned to the banyan tree and bowed low before the monk. "Master," he said, "I've finally learned that no one else controlled my anger. I was the one giving it power. And now, I choose peace." The monk smiled warmly. "Life will continue to test you, Raheem, but remember, every time you choose to stay calm, you grow stronger inside. Will people stop provoking me?" Raheem asked. The monk laughed softly. "When the storm sees that you are not afraid of it, it eventually stops chasing you." Years passed, and Raheem became known not as the angry man, but as the calmest man in the village. People started coming to him for advice, and he would always tell them, "Peace is not something you find outside. It is something you build inside." One day, a young boy asked him, "Uncle Raheem, do people still try to make you angry?" Raheem smiled. "Sometimes they try," he said, "but when you stop reacting, their power over you disappears. You see, you cannot control the direction of the wind, but you can always learn how to adjust your sails." Looking out at the mountains glowing in the evening light, he whispered, "When I finally stopped reacting, I truly started living. We cannot stop people from trying to hurt us. We cannot stop problems from arriving at our doorstep, but we can stop giving them control over our inner peace. Real strength isn't about shouting the loudest. Real strength is staying calm when the world is trying its best to shake you." If this story touched your heart, please like, share, and subscribe for more stories that inspire. Thank you for watching.